Hey Bruce, when you look at this matchup again after playing them once, is it more important to defend them and keep the score low, or to score with them and try to win a shootout?
I think if you look at their games at home, Oklahoma was able to keep it close and pretty much keep a low scoring game. Iowa State, I'm not, when I say low scoring, I'm talking the 60s, not the 70s. And we had the special half against them at home. Obviously, Nigel was magical, and so you got the 50, but then you only got 25 in the second half. And so I think if we're going to have a chance, it's probably got to be in the 60s and hope we're making shots and taking care of the ball. I think the biggest thing is keeping them out of transition. When they get their transition, easy hoops, plus, they got really talented players. When they combine those, now it's really tough to stop, and they get on a roll, and probably you're in trouble.
Is this another game where you think Casey can help you?
Well, with McCormick, they've done it. I think they're going to him more. He's had some ups and downs during the season, but we thought the last time when we played him, they were starting to really try to go to him. And, Coach Lauer uses the term force feed him and to get him some confidence and get him going. Obviously, he offensive rebounds unbelievable. It's 18% or something. He's one of the best in the country of getting offensive rebounds. He had 8 against us last time. So it's unbelievable. It's beyond what, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone get 8 in a game. So, you're going to have to use those big guys. You're going to have to use all of them, and hope we don't have, too much foul trouble. Obviously we got Davion fouled out last time, and, we put them to the line and we didn't get to the line. So it's, that's a factor also always.
And I regret not asking this on Saturday, but what was the ref's explanation on the Mark Smith technical in Stillwater? Was he just talking a little too much, or what was the deal there?
I'll be honest, I'm frustrated with it. I'm gonna address it today with, I don't understand it, to be honest, because he did, he made a emotional response. I don't think he got in anyone's face. He yells after all his layups. I mean, he's been doing it all year. Do I agree with it? I know, but it's all around the country. I was watching 2 games last night, and I could pick out, 6, 7 plays in those games where somebody yelled because they were showing emotion. They see it on TV. I don't know. And when you have a close game like that, obviously it becomes a major factor. And, he just said, we can't have that kind of behavior in the game. And I understand it somewhat, but I don't know, because obviously it's a close game. It's overtime game. Every point, every free throw counts. We got to show control and be smart, but at the same time, they are young men and they're having fun. And, if you're taunting, please give them a tee. I'm fine with it. You stand over somebody, you clap in their face, you push them, whatever it might be. Those I don't, but if you're yelling with emotion because you scored a layup, I don't know. It's just, obviously we had it in the Baylor game too. And I think from what I was told, it caused a lot of even national question mark about some of those things. But, if they're going to call, my only thing would be give them a warning, hold your hand up. Hey, bud, I can't take this, and give him a warning. Now he does it again. Then, now at least it happened.
When you say you're going to address it, do you mean with the conference, or what?
I'm just going to ask the head of officials today. I've been thinking about it all, just, because I'm wondering about it, to be honest. I just, because we talked about it as a staff Saturday night. We talked about it yesterday, and I usually don't do much with calling in and stuff because I don't know if it does any good but this time I just wonder about it, because now it's been twice in games, and this time obviously it's a close game and it affects us.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Thanks for the input there.
My next question to Grant.
Hey, Coach, are you happy with the rebounding as of late? And what do you attribute it to if you are?
The crazy thing is, what did we get? It was either 16 or 18. I can't remember the offensive rebounds, but they only had 8 and they got more second chance points. So, I thought, we had obviously early in the year, we missed a lot of layups. We had trouble with layups. We didn't finish all the time. And this time, we get a bunch of second chance points or second chance opportunities and we just don't finish them. So that, we've made some strides. We gotten better. Obviously we got a tough test because that was the difference in the game. Obviously they just punked us on the glass last time, and points in the paint, points, free throws, and the second chance points were the biggest things. They had 40 points in the paint and 19 second chance points. So it's big stats.
And then, you shot the lights out from 3 and struggled near the rim. I'm curious what you think about utilizing the mid-range game more. I know you really enjoyed that during the 2019 championship season.
I'm a little bit old school, and I kind of argue with the young assistants even. And, I watch even the NBA. You talk about Chris Paul and Booker and the playoffs, Middleton, the NBA championships. And I'll joke and text our group like, oh, another mid-range. I like that part of the game. I think it's important. I think when you play good defenses, it's a valuable tool. Obviously, Chris Paul has made a living off of a mid-range for one of storied NBA careers for a point guard. It's amazing, and it would be nice, but sometimes it's the defenses. How they play and what they give you, and they were switching a lot and forcing us to go one-on-one and make us make plays. But we did. If you look at the stats, we only shot 31 from 2-point range and 40 something from 3-point. We just didn't finish. We had a couple of easy ones. The one Mike missed in the transition, and Nigel's got an easy putback, and Davion actually fouled him. It's just a crazy. Sometimes things happen that way, I guess, but we do need to finish around the rim when we get those opportunities.
I know you need to get there first, but I mean, with the backcourt that you have, do you feel pretty confident if you were to get to the NCAA tournament with the backcourt?
I really think I think we belong in the NCAA tournament. Obviously we've lost close games. That's our fault. Some of it, it's been injury. Some of it's been COVID. We've had our issues. Last week we were the 3rd best schedule rating in the country on the net. We played a tough schedule. I think we're a good enough team, but we got to get there, as you said. And I keep telling our guys, if we can find a way to get there, I really believe we can have success because we played close games. We have good guard play. Obviously it's matchups, that's a big factor, but, but we got to get there. And that means we got to finish strong and find a way to get some wins here down the stretch.
Thank you, Coach.
I would also add it, with our league, our league is, the net rating, if the net means anything, when they start talking about only 5 or maybe 6 teams, it just baffles me because we've had such good success, and it would be a shame if we'd only get that many teams in there because of how good our league is, because we just beat each other up. And we play everyone round robin. I look at the Big Ten, and I have friends still, and I'm talking on the phone this morning with a couple. They don't play everybody twice. They may not play the best teams. They play them at home, but not the other one. It's just, I hope that the committee, I hope our league does a good job pushing, whether it's us or some of the other guys. But, I can't believe we would not get 7 teams at least. And a Big Ten coach told me last week, he said, God, you guys could have all 10. I said, no, Oklahoma State can't go. So he said, well, then you should have all 9. So, but, we'll see what happens. All of us got to, obviously I'm worried about us and we got to finish strong.
Was that Tom Izzo?
No, it wasn't.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.
Next question to Michael.
Yeah, Coach, I wanted to get your take on what transpired in the Michigan-Wisconsin game yesterday or afterwards.
Obviously, for our game, it's disappointing. It's not good. It's not good. And for anybody, for Michigan, for Wisconsin, for the coaches, for our college game, I feel bad for everyone involved and for our game. And, we have a good game. I think it'll show you, it shows you though, the stress that it is for all us coaches and for the players, for everyone involved. I mean, we put so much time in and we care, our kids care so much. And, you're fighting your tails off to win, to try to get in the tournament, to compete and the coaches, you put in all that time. And, you hope you can control your emotions, but, it's hard. It's hard. It's a stressful time of the year for everybody. And, but at the same time, it's not good, obviously, for our college game.
Thank you.
Yep.
Other questions for Coach? Coach? Oh, go ahead, Kels.
I just want to ask just about playing in Allen. Obviously one of the harder places out there. Is there anything you picked up over the years about, what you guys do well to be in the game there versus otherwise?
It's funny you asked that because Curtis Kelly, late last night, I was in here in the office and, Curtis was he's got helping with the scout. And he just asked me, is there something, Coach, the games that you guys have been in there? And, I really think you have to be able to score the basketball and it's a fine line. You have to have discipline, but you also have to play fearless. If you start getting tight, and let them, the crowd gets going, they'll get steals, deflections, they'll get transition, they'll get lob dunks, then it gets louder. And now, so you have to be disciplined, but fearless. I think, and you got to have somebody just, be able to make plays and score to keep it in the game. I think if you can, there's always like a point in the first half and a point in the second half that you've got to fight through those two and to give yourself a chance. Obviously, we've been there a few times at the end and we just never, the plays haven't gone our way. We haven't made the shot, whatever it might have happened. So, but I hope you guys brought up Grant brought up good guard play. I hope that's a factor in the game and we can play with good poise and pace and get good shots and we have nothing to lose. Just go. But if you can't go with a freeness, you still got to have discipline because they're really good and you have to stay in front of them. You got to keep them out of transition. You got to take care of the ball. Pick sixes are important.